Welcome to Stock Time to Improv. I'm Mary Scott with Business Riff, and I want startup businesses to be wildly successful. Today, we're talking with Brian, the bacon guy, Basilico from B2B Interactive Marketing. We're going to be talking about Google Analytics. Sometimes you need that research information. Actually, all the time, you need that research information so that you can make informed decisions. Thanks for coming, Brian.
Hey, thanks for having me, Mary. It's a pleasure to be on. Thanks.
This is great. So let's talk about Google Analytics. Do you want to tell people what they are, where to find
Sure.
them?
Take it from the start. Everybody should have a Google account, no matter what. And we could talk about all things Google Ads, Google Business, but Google Analytics is something, once you have a Gmail account or a Google account, that's included, it's free. The reason Google put it together is to help support their ad business, right? So the more the people go to websites, the more they sell ads. The point behind Google Analytics is that it lets you see the traffic on your website in a way that has detailed information. Now, if you're doing ads, it'll give you really great detailed information about how your ads are performing. But here's a couple of quick tips for everybody in this call or watching this video is every business needs a website. Do not think that you can survive only on social media, because there's a graphic that I show when I do presentations, and it's basically two pigs standing in a farmyard, and they're saying, hey, isn't this great? We get a place to sleep, we get fed, and all this other stuff. And the caption at the bottom says, if you are not the customer, you are the product being sold. And so with social media, it's exactly that, right? You are not, your information is being sold for ads. You don't own anything you put on social media. And if they decide, like a certain owner of a new or old social media came in and decided you're no longer here, everything that you've ever done on social media is gone. So there are people that are losing their accounts daily. So the other thing too is with terms of service on something like Facebook, you could have your account shut down in a heartbeat. I know $1 million businesses that have gone bankrupt in a day because of that. So number one, you want a website. I don't care if it's a one-page website, WordPress, Squarespace, whatever you want to do. You got to have some kind of website. Google Analytics lets you see how your website is performing. And what it will tell you is, over the course of a month, a year, the longer you have it, the more you can collect data. How many visits are you getting to your website? How long are they spending on your website? What pages are they going to? And more importantly, what are they doing while they're there? And that's one of the things that most people will go to the homepage and they'll look and say, oh, look, my hits are up. I'm doing really, really great. There's no correlation between the number of hits and how your business is doing. Because the key thing is, with a website, there has to be a call to action. That call to action can be that they pick up the phone and call you. It could be that they fill out a contact form. If you have something that you're selling online, it's a purchase, right? So that's what you really want to measure, is how successful am I getting people to do what I want them to do? And so that's kind of what Google Analytics in itself does.
And if you're a startup, if you put up a little survey to kind of ask people, please let me know. It's a 5-question survey. Does this idea that I'm talking about make sense to you? Is it something you know people who would buy? How much do you think they would pay for it? Something along those lines, because it's about interactivity, right? It's not just about
Right.
hits.
Exactly. No, it's not just about hits. Now, a couple of the things that people don't know is in the left-hand side of Google Analytics, they have different things that you can look at. You can look at acquisition. Where did the traffic come from? Did it come from organic search? Did it come directly to me? Those are two key things that you want to pay attention to. Organic search means that somebody went on the web and typed in business riff, and all of a sudden your show showed up. Well, yeah, 9 times out of 10, that's probably true, but there's probably a lot of other competition. The other way that you get direct traffic is you put out an email or social media. Sometimes it will measure social media as like, yeah, it came from LinkedIn. Sometimes it will measure email that came from, eye contact or constant contact. But Sometimes they'll just go in as direct traffic. So you can look at organic traffic, direct traffic, referral, and social media. So you want to look at those things and say what's working in those areas. The second thing that you want to look at is engagement. How long are people spending on your website? That is probably the most underrated and most important thing you can look at. Because when you look at hits, the vast majority of hits that you get on a website are 0 to 10 seconds. Those are useless. That is the attention span of a goldfish. And you can't do anything in 10 seconds unless they went there to get your phone number and called you. That's it. That's all somebody could do. So what you want to look at is how long is somebody spending? And the average, just so most people understand this, the average time that people spend on websites is 2 minutes and 2 clicks. So they get to the homepage, they click once, they click twice. So your goal is to get them to click once and find out about your services and click again to fill out a contact form or call you, right? The 2 minutes is the time it takes them to read whatever's on those pages and do what they need to do. So you want to look at how many people are actually getting to that 2-minute mark, and that's engagement. So that's really key.
So where do people go to see what these analytics are? Is it on a Google Analytics page or something?
Yes, if you go to Google, if you go to analytics.google.com, you'll see where you can sign up, number one. But number two, they have training videos and they'll show you how to use it if you want to learn how to use it. Otherwise, you might want to talk to your web developer, your SEO person, if you have any of those people. They're probably pretty versed in that. And so it's always good to have an expert kind of guide you through what's important and what's not important. Because like I said, it's like on social media, right? Everybody gets very excited when they look at the top of Facebook and they see a round circle with a 20 plus in it. It means, oh, people are engaging with my content. Well, it means that maybe somebody clicked like. A like is not as much of engagement as somebody putting in a comment saying, this is the greatest idea since buttered bread, right? So they feed us things to keep us engaged with their platform so they can sell more ads. Our goal is to figure out what people are doing so we could sell our customers better.
So as a startup, you need to make sure that you've got content that's engaging, and you want to take a look, because those statistics from your engagement is something that you'll be able to show to investors to validate that this idea actually has some potential. So you want to be able to prove essentially that this is working. So for beta testing, you got to use those analytics, right?
It's all data. I mean, that's the beauty of this, is the sooner you get in, the sooner you start collecting data, and the more you can actually A/B test. You could put up, one of the tricks in web marketing is you put up the same page twice, right? You put one up with a blue button, you put up with a red button, and you see which one of those is getting people to contact us more, right? You put up this block of content, you put up this block of content. My thing will, cure scurvy, right? Or it doesn't cure scurvy. What it does is it makes your life more complete and allows you to get out with your family. Are people more concerned about the actual disease, or are they concerned about their life? It'll tell you. Your audience will vote with their clicks and their time.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Brian Basilico from B2B Interactive Marketing. B2B Interactive Marketing. This has been great. And Google Analytics is absolutely something startups should use on their websites. And the websites have to have interesting, preferably interactive content. So this is Mary Scott with Business Riff. I want startups to be wildly successful. So go to my website, businessriff.com, and book a call, because you never know what you'll get from me, and it's going to be good for you. So join us again next time for Stuck, Time to Improv.